Hello and welcome back, and today we're going to be continuing our Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and that was the Turnabout Samurai case, beginning with day 3 and the trial. So the person we were defending was Will Powers. He is the actor for The Steel Samurai. And the last day of the case, we were able to make it so that the security guard, the old lady, Wendy Oldbag, was accused. But apparently they made her try on a costume for the Steel Samurai, and apparently it's huge because, I mean, look at Will, he's huge. And then they realised that there's no way that this little old lady could wear the costume and commit murder. So we are back at square one basically, with no one but Will Powers as the person that could have committed this murder. And we're in a lot of trouble, so Mia has manifested through Maya and is here to help us solve this case. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yeah, also there was that child, Cody, who claims to have seen everything and claims that he saw the Steel Samurai land the killing blow. Gumshoe overheard this and took the child into police custody, and so now we are at risk of Cody being brought to testify. So Mia's now giving us some advice. We need to look for anything we might have overlooked. Well, all we can do is try. And I believe they'll be bringing probably the producer and the director to testify as well, because they were the two people that were initially not included because they were trying to hide their involvement, or being, not involvement, but them being at the crime scene. So they need to come in and explain how they're not linked to this crime. It's funny that though, because they weren't the only two. They said there were people from the TV broadcasting, some old people who came for this meeting, yet none of them have been included or suspected. Okay, so the prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manella to the stand. Okay, so the director. The weird, creepy guy who's sweating loads. He's really, really weird. And it's really hard to read some of his text, and I don't know, maybe I'm just old now. You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai, noob. Right. Salmonella. I'm a director. Television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Okay, it seems like he's fun in real eyes. Like this is a real serious situation and he's gonna behave himself maybe? Okay, we're gonna pick his testimony apart. So if Howard's is innocent, someone in the trailer did it. Okay. I mean, I don't think it's salmonella. He doesn't look like he could do that. Maybe by accident or something, but he's just really creepy. I was at the studio from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area, but I had a meeting in Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. Okay, so he's claiming that they were in this trailer for 4 hours with no breaks, no lunch. Seems a bit weird. So why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this, but WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, which of course led me to missing my lunch. So in the end, you didn't get to eat. Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it? But then whose plates were they outside? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it later. Okay, so when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then. Okay, so he's already contradicted himself. You didn't take a single break. Yeah, not one. That's not what you just said. Let's press him harder. You've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break? Well... Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. And Edgeworth is laughing, so that's a bit concerning. That always is a bad sign. Right, the break. We took a break, but it was only 15 minutes. 15. That's only 13 in base 12. What? Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1. That's only enough time to eat a T-bone steak if you ask me. Okay. Right, I'm gonna press him. Because I don't understand what time exactly do you take this break? I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:45. Okay, so that was the time of death. So Phoenix is saying, oh, they could have gone to Studio 1 and come back. But the monkey head was blocking the path since 2:15. So that isn't going to be the case. I mean, this is probably not something we should really say in court. Edgeworth's had enough. And we had enough of this pointless line of questioning. The testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with it. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. I don't know why he's acting like he's surprised. We know this. Surely you aren't suggesting one of those people in the trailer went to Studio 1. No, it's impossible. I don't want to write off so many possible suspects, but I can't keep claiming the impossible. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio in that time. It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way. Around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio mascot's head. When the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but yeah, I have no desire to correct him either. Okay, so we found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it's also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Still Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he's the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Oh, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence, a witness. I guess say the child. My witness saw the very moment when the Still Samurai skewered the victim. Okay. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Well, this isn't good. What do we do now, Mia? Everyone in that trailer has an alibi. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that, but I was wrong. That's all there is. What's gonna happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you're innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere after all. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Okay, back to the court. The prosecution has a concern. So our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case. We worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Atkins to the stand. Well, this is going to be a hard one. We already know that Cody doesn't really like us. I'm sure he doesn't like Edgeworth more though. But he does love Mia, so maybe he'll try and tell us the truth. He does keep repeating the same thing, that Steel Samurai always wins. That in itself is a bit weird. Will the witness state his name and grade in school? What? Just because you're all grown up, don't mean you can push me around. Cody, answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. Yeah, this is gonna be a long day. Please remember that you're speaking to a trial. Try to be gentle. Witness, I mean Cody. Yeah, Edgeworth is not gentle. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident. You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just Mr. Edgeworth will be fine. Oh, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. I wonder if that was the camera, if you had that camera on the day of the murder. You better make a note of it in court records. Okay, so Cody's new digital camera, he carries it everywhere. And he's still learning how to use it. Okay, what did he see, apparently? I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studio that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down, pow. If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. But be gentle, remember you're talking to a child. Okay. Well, there's one thing that immediately flagged up, and it was if I had my camera, which he always has his camera. Cody always carries it, yeah. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Cody, you shouldn't lie here, you understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's a digital camera. Kind of a new sort of camera? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studio. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel are you to terrorize a poor child so? I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody. What? Yeah, so I had my camera, so what? You got a problem with that? Yeah. I do. So, you did have your camera. And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Right, okay. Tell us about how you were so busy watching. Which is also a massive lie, and we know that because we have his scrapbook. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wow. Then the bad guy stops moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rules. Well, that was brief. He seems to hesitate here. What do you mean why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick, a samurai punch, a samurai chop, a samurai slap. Something like that. So he didn't actually see the spear pierce the victim. What? Don't give me that look, Pops. We're gonna have to press it a bit harder, because we want to know if he saw the spear be used. Something's bothering me. Before you said you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah, so what? Yet you missed the most important part. What is the meaning of this? The witness has already stated that he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slash? My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Still Samurais fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow. Oh look, they've got one on a little box. Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital? Oh, he usually takes a picture to add to his scrapbook, but he doesn't know how to use the new camera, so he was too busy trying to get the camera to work, and then missed it. The camera? The witness stated he recently received this camera. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realise there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Cody. There was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet, so you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. I bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Okay, the defense would like to request that Cody testifies once more. Could you please tell us about your camera and about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. Yeah, we're being a little mean, I think. Okay, no photo. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture, but the lenses wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Seems a bit odd. Anything strange in the testimony? I'm not sure. I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. It seems a bit weird that he's just like, that's all that happened, yeah. Or yup. So, I think he's lying. Just like little children do. They're bad at lying. I told you I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got the lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one. We're gonna have to ask him, because he would have tried to have taken something. Listen up, Cody. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey. How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. Okay, so contains photos of every victory seen in every battle that the Steel Samurai won. So it seemed a bit weird if he erased the photos, considering he has every single picture. Cody. Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow with them. I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. I see. Don't you find it's very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had defeated his adversary, I would certainly expect to see a picture of it in this album. Okay, I think we finally discovered the truth. He only has pictures of when the Steel Samurai wins. So does this mean the Steel Samurai lost? Okay, tell them what the truth is. Why would the boy have erased the photos he took? The Steel Samurai didn't win. I can only think of one reason. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way. No. It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could lose. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. Oh, such the cliche line. Well, he is just a child as well, so... Witness, I mean Cody. Is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. Oh no. He's gonna cry. Cody. That day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. Oh. so sad. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. One important thing that they completely miss is they say, oh, he was with his foe, but the child never confirms that he's facing the evil magistrate or who he's facing against. That probably would help. So the Steel Samurai was the victim. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Yeah, that does make sense. He would know about the injury. He could wear the costume, hobble past pretending to be Will Powers, and get himself killed in the costume. You're saying the man in this costume was the victim. Yeah. There we go. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run through that morning, thus he obviously knew about Will Powers' foot injury. But wait, hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? That's what everyone thought. But remember what Ms. Oldbag said in her testimony. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 PM. Did I see poor old Hammer? No. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him go to Studio 1. Nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room, then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. But why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. I thought the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops. Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. Show us, quick. No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that. Now. Oh, that'd be all so mean. Here. This is it. There's something wrong with this picture. That is a number 2. Or the bottom half of a number 2. Not a number 1. Look at the photo once more. Yeah, we need to point out that this photo was taken by Studio 2. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. Yeah, because they're under the assumption that Jack Hammer died at Studio 1. But if that's him in the costume, he's at Studio 2. The number. Oh yes, well it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Clearly not a 1, Your Honour, correct? I believe Miss Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible. What's this all about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on the gate in this photo. Your Honour, here is the true scene of the crime. Here at Studio 2. I see, that would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honour, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The trailer is there with all the people. As you recall, there is a trailer at Studio 2. Now on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Ms. D. Vacrez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. The path to the trailer was blocked, so we've heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet, in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Miss Oldbag, saw was the victim, Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a steel samurai costume, then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. Why would he steal a steel samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume. It's probably to do with this. Sleeping pills. Delaced Willpower's food sleeping pills. That's my guess at least. It's the only thing that makes sense. An empty medicine bottle. Yes. I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. How do we know that they sat there and ate? Whatever. The table with sleeping pills. The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent the entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honour, I have an idea. Search for fingerprints. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle. Edgeworth didn't like that one. I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession of the bottle. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The steel samurai seen by Ms. Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the steel samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. Oh, we have another day. Okay. You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honour. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Okay, this is our last chance. Well, we're gonna have to go and do a bit more digging. That was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial. Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too. Dead? Of course we're kidding. Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation, but I promise you we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right, thanks. He's just a big softie. I don't think he would have done anything. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed the content, remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon.